Thierry Henry sat down with ex-Barcelona teammate Zlatan Ibrahimovic and asked him about his return to Manchester United. The living Swedish legend, 36, tore ligaments in his knee before the end of his first season in Manchester United, and was free to go anywhere after the campaign. Place preview: Man Utd vs Spurs, but the UEFA Europa League, League Cup, and Community Shield winner decided on a return to Old Trafford, and explained the lure of unfinished business to Henry. The first said, "I come back to finish what I started. Everything I build up from the first season, because obviously we won the 3 trophies. The ending for me was not the ending nobody wanted, especially after the way the season went. The target is the Premier League. That is my target, to finish everything we started in the first season we finish in the second one. United will have to stay in the mix until Ibrahimovic returns to help Romelu Lukaku and the Red Devils strike corps, and that begins Saturday against Tottenham Hotspur. United and Spurs are level for second, 5 points back of Man City. Follow at Nicolas Mendola. Manchester United host Tottenham Hotspur at Old Trafford on Saturday. Watch live 7:30 a.m. ET on NBCSN and online via NBCSports.com in a battle to take sole possession of second place in the Premier League. Watch live online. Here Spurs are without Harry Kane, who is out injured, but Jose Mourinho and United have plenty of injury concerns of their own, with Manchester City setting the early pace as place leaders, but Spurs and United know a win would edge them closer towards Pep Guardiola's side and perhaps establish themselves as City's main title rivals. In team news, United start with Phil Jones and Eric Bailly in a 3-man central defense, with Mourinho mixing things up. With Kane out injured, Mauricio Pochettino starts with Heung-min Son up front, and Eric Dier looks to have moved into the back 3. Lineups: Manchester United: De Gea, Bailey, Smalling, Jones, Valencia, Herrera, Matic, Young, Mkhitaryan, Jan, Rashford, Lukaku. Subs: Romero, Blind, Darmian, McTominay, Lingard, Martial, Mata. Tottenham Hotspur: Loris, Alderweireld, Dier, Vertonghen and Aurier, Winks, Sissoko, Davies, Dell, Eriksen, Son. Subs: Firm, Sanchez, Trippier, Rose, Dembele, Nkudu, Llorente. Follow at JPW_NBC Sports. The U.S. men's national team is looking to the future, starting with a friendly next month against Portugal. According to New York Red Bulls and USMNT beat writer Christian Dyer, the USMNT is looking at bringing in a younger team to begin preparing for the 2022 World Cup. Hearing preliminary roster for the USMNT game at Portugal is 60 names. Theme is youth. Large roster for flexibility. BC of MLS playoffs. Christian Dyer at Christian Dyer, October 27, 2017. While it's likely that players such as Michael Bradley and Josie Altidore are on the preliminary roster, other young players based in MLS who could get a chance with the USMNT include the Red Bulls' Tyler Adams, Vancouver Whitecaps center-back Tim Parker, and Seattle Sounders midfielder Christian Roldan. Even if U Soccer is waiting on the outcome of the next round of the playoffs, there are a number of young Americans making the breakthrough in Europe that the U.S. can call into camp. Dortmund's Christian Pulisic, Schalke's Weston McKennie, Hertha Berlin's Jonathan Klinsmann, Sandhausen's Haji Wright, Fulham pair Luca de la Torre and Marlon Fossey, Tottenham's Cameron Carter-Vickers, Chelsea Vitesse's Matt Miazga, and more. They could also even reach down and give Josh Sargent his senior international debut ahead of his move to Werder Bremen this January. WTH, such a long wait before the next World Cup. Now is the time for the U.S. soccer staff to get a chance to look at and identify which players will be key for the national team come the next World Cup qualifying cycle. By looking at youth in the upcoming friendly, they're doing just that. It's hard for many to understand the pressure a manager faces on a daily basis at a big Premier League club, but Brendan Rodgers came close to describing how that pressure, and then the lack of it, manifested itself in his mind. In an interview with the BBC, the former Liverpool boss revealed he thought he was having a heart attack while on vacation in Dubai, shortly after being sacked as Liverpool manager in October 2015. More full UCL lineups, stats, box score. There was an incident when I left Liverpool and I went to Dubai a fortnight later, Rodgers told the BBC. I lay in fear one day thinking I was having a heart attack. Maybe my mum's condition affected me because she died of one. I was rushed to hospital and basically it was a reaction my body and chest was having and starting to condition itself in terms of not having that pressure. Since then, Rodgers has taken over at Celtic and guided the club to a treble, admitting that his experience with Liverpool has forced him to adjust how he deals with pressure. That made me sit up and ask myself, how do you manage pressure, how to regulate it, Rodgers said, adding that his mother died of a heart attack and his father died of cancer. I needed to go and address it. I think at the time of managing Liverpool there was any more or less pressure because you are so ingrained in it. I felt during that 7-month period break he took I needed to reflect and then make sure in my next job that I could learn from the experience. You have got to have your health, happiness and energy back in order to succeed. It's an important lesson for both fans of the game and managers that the pressures involved with playing and managing at the top level are very high, and some can't deal with the weight of the importance. Daniel Sturridge and Raheem Sterling are no longer teammates at the club level, but the pair still get a chance to hang out when they report for national team duty. In a video from the FA, the Liverpool forward and Manchester City midfielder discuss their times as roommates with the England national team and how Sturridge isn't too happy with his FIFA pace ranking. Follow all of PST's place coverage. Considering how closed off some players are to the public, it's nice to see some open up about their lives behind the scenes, showing that they're not much different than the rest of us.